Hey everybody, I'm Matt Weafer, Executive Chef at the Campbell Club. Today we're going to make a Cajun chicken with shrimp over red beans and rice. I've got some red beans and rice going right here, pretty traditional. I got a little andouille sausage with some chilies, some paprika, cayenne pepper, just some white rice, and some red kidney beans that we made here, or that we started from dry over here. All right, I've got 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts and a couple of shrimp. I'm going to dredge them in a little bit of flour. It'll help the brown and the flour on the chicken will also, and on the shrimp, will also help thicken the sauce a little bit. But I'm keeping them separate to avoid cross-contamination. You don't like mixing chicken with other things. Right. Just toss them around. A light coating. You don't need a whole lot because we're not trying to go for a crispy skin or anything like that. All right. Now, got a hot pan. I'm going to go with straight unsalted butter here, because since I'm going with kind of Creole, Cajun flavor, I like that brown butter taste. So I'm going to let my butter get melted and wait till it starts to smell kind of nutty and toasted. It's pretty fast because that pan is hot. All right, go right in. Let that go for just a little bit. Go ahead and come over here to my shrimp and make sure they're ready to go into the pan when I'm ready for them. Again, just knock them off a little bit. Okay. Put my rice down. Don't want it to get too mushy on me. Now, the thing I like about Cajun food is it's good comfort food. It's got a little heat to it. It's got smokiness from bacon. It's one of those culinary cuisines that really benefits from time. Slow cooking. It's a good way to do Cajun food. Now, I'm going to slice up a Serrano chili is what I'm going to use for my heat today. I'll get my gloves on here. All right. Got a green chili. It's fresh. I'm just going to slice it up. I'm going to leave some of the seeds in there because I want some heat. Now you can cut the seeds out if you want. You can pop them, dice it up a little smaller, or leave it out altogether. It's really up to you. It just depends on your palate. And that's ready for me when I'm ready. All right, chicken. Get that nice extra brown from the flour. You see a little bit of brown from the butter. I'm going to go ahead and add some canola oil. That'll help to stop the butter from browning too far and burning. Now that I've flipped my chicken, I'm going to add my shrimp into it. Cooking them together like this will help the shrimp flavor the chicken. Helps it all just harmonize really well. All right. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of minced or diced red onion. I like the red onion because it caramelizes really well and it gets kind of sweet. I'm going in there with some red bell pepper too, which also gets nice and sweet. That'll help because we're going to add some acid with the tomatoes and the wine. There's my chili. This is going to be really spicy. Go ahead and season the whole dish. A little salt, pepper. Excuse me. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. It's just too spicy in here. This chili choked everybody up. We had to turn our fan on for a second. So I got my pan back on here. You can see the onions already turned. They're turning brown. Getting a little bit of brown on that pepper. Getting some brown on the Serrano. That's exactly what we're looking for. Chicken, everything is colored, caramelized well. That means we are good to add our liquids. Once you add liquid to a pan that you're trying to get caramelization with, all the caramelization stops. Then it just steams. And that is not what we want. So we got white wine, chicken stock. And these are some fresh tomatoes. We peeled them, diced them, and roasted them in the oven. It's much better if you have local fresh tomatoes because they came straight off the vine to your kitchen. The flavor is better, they're sweeter. It's just a better dish all the way around. Now, we're gonna add some bacon in there too. That's already cooked bacon. You can start with raw bacon and brown it and pull it out of the pan and use some of the bacon grease to saute in, but if you have cooked bacon, that works too. All the flavor is gonna go in there just the same. Now, shrimp, we're gonna pull those out before the chicken is done because the chicken takes a little bit longer, but shrimp cooks really quickly. You don't want it to overcook. Once it starts to curl in a whole lot, you know you're getting too far. I'm gonna go ahead and pull these guys out. Got my pan turned all the way up here because once I added the liquid, the temperature dropped on it, and I want it to come back up. So bring it back up to a simmer and just let it go. It's got some beautiful color in here. Got the green from the chilies, the red from the tomatoes, and all that brown from the bacon and the caramelization. The smell from this dish is just intense. You get the chilies, you get the cumin, you get the onion, you get the thyme that's in the Creole spice. Now, we're almost finished. This chicken, I cut it pretty thin. I took a basic chicken breast and I sliced it in half lengthwise so that when you're sauteing it, it cooks quickly. You don't have to wait 15, 20 minutes for chicken to cook all the way through, and you'll notice there's the same width all the way through it, because if you have a fat piece of chicken breast and then a skinny piece of chicken, you're gonna have a dry piece of chicken on one side and a raw piece of chicken on the other side. So a little extra care at the beginning of the dish makes it all go a lot smoother at the end. All right, we're almost there. Now, I'm gonna go ahead, turn this down, my red beans and rice. This is just comfort food to me. Got a little heat, a little homey. All right. Now, chicken. And our sauce. Of course, can't forget the shrimp. I left the tails on the shrimp too because they add extra flavor to their sauce. There's more flavor in the shell of the shrimp than there is in the actual meat, and that's one of the reasons we leave that on there. Finish it with a little bit of green onion, clean our plate off, and that's that. Cajun chicken and shrimp over red beans and rice. Thanks for joining me in the kitchen. I'm Matt Weafer with the Campbell Club. Enjoy.